Hi guys, it's Jerry Detweiler, Education Director at NAB. Happy National Small Business Week. Did you know this is a week to celebrate small businesses? So if you haven't done so already, support your local small business and share it on social media. So I want to answer a couple of questions that we get quite frequently on our blog. So on the NAB blog, a lot of people will write in the comments with questions about their business. And these are two questions I've received quite a few versions of. The first is, my business needs help. So the business owner is struggling with some challenge in their business and they need help. So what I often tell them there is that there are free resources available funded by Congress to help small business owners succeed. So you can go to your local Small Business Development Center, SCORE. You may have a veteran business center that can help you, women-owned business centers. There are all kinds of organizations designed to try to help you, whether you're starting or you have an existing business that's facing some challenges. Doesn't mean they can solve it all for you, but they will provide you with free resources to help you at least have the best shot at making your business successful. So I'm going to put a link down below where you can locate help in your area. SBA, smallbusinessadministration.gov, sba.gov/tools. You'll find a locator tool there. Again, we'll have a link below so you can check out those resources. The second question we get fairly frequently is about where to find smaller dollar loans. Business owners will go to their bank, try to get financing, and they'll discover that their bank isn't interested in making a loan for $15,000 or $50,000 or sometimes even $150,000 because most banks have very expensive underwriting processes. They're very regulated and they have to follow a lot of regulations before they can issue that loan. And so instead, you may have to look at what are called alternative finance sources to see what's out there. And I'm going to throw out a few for you here. So let me throw out a few options for you if you're looking for a relatively small loan. First of all, microlenders. So in every community, most communities, there are what's called community development financial institutions, economic development organizations that are trying to spur job growth in the area. And very often there are resources there to help businesses with smaller dollar loan amounts. So that would be a great place for you to research what might be available, and your SBDC or SCORE, which I just mentioned, could be one resource to help find those. There's also an online platform called Kiva, KIVA.org, that issues $0 loans to small business owners. I'm sorry, zero interest. So there's no cost to the business owner to take a loan out from them. They do have to pay it back eventually, but it's a interest-free loan, and that's a very small dollar amount to start. So you may want to check that one out as well. And then on that page that I just mentioned on SCORE, there's a printable guide that lists all the different financing sources and what it takes to qualify and how much they usually offer. Let me give you another source real quick, a business credit card. About half of all small business owners use credit cards in their business. And if you do it the right way, you can actually get pretty affordable funding. A lot of these business credit cards have 0% balance transfers for 18 months. You will pay a fee, usually 3%, but stretched out over 18 months, that's a pretty low cost. You do have to be very, very careful though, and make sure you make at least the minimum payment on time each month, because if you don't, your interest rate can go up significantly. If you miss a payment on a business credit card, your interest rate can skyrocket. So make sure you set up systems so that at least the minimum payment gets paid on time each month. And then if you get a 0% offer, set it up so you're paying it off before that expires so you don't get hit with a really high interest rate. And finally, I would also say that there are a variety of online lenders that make pretty small loan amounts to small business owners. So whether it's $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, they're going to typically look at three things when making these loans: revenues, time in business, and credit. So business or personal credit. So time in business, revenue, and credit. So if one of those isn't strong, if you're a startup, you better have good credit scores and maybe some revenues, depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you don't have revenues, you better have very good credit scores. So there's just a trade-off between those factors.